The Arab world's first World Cup starts here. The Al Bayt Stadium, a giant Bedouin tent, which blends heritage and practicality. A tournament originally scheduled in searing summer heat found a millennia-old solution: a canvas roof.
The idea was given by one of the senior of this country as to build something that shows people reflecting the culture.
There are modern solutions too. Meet Dr. Saud Abdulaziz Abdul Ghani, aka Dr. Cool.
It's a artificial breathe, which is air conditioned and air filtered as well.
Well, doubtless things will heat up on the pitch as the World Cup gets underway, but for spectators, even for the players, they should be cool in temperature terms. Every single stadium has air conditioning, but the question is, can this sort of thing be sustainable?
Qatar promised a carbon neutral event, and we have outside Doha a big PV panel village that generates a huge amount of energy that we are using through our main grid to power partially the what we have in the stadium.
Cold air at pitch level protects playing surfaces. British ryegrass and local seeds are nursery blended to create Premier League style turf. You might look at the pitch they've got here and think, how on earth do they manage to grow such a surface with soil like this? But that's exactly what they have done. Look at it, it is more or less just sand, but the sunlight and the way they've watered it enables the roots to grow deeply very quickly, and what you end up with is an excellent, robust and very lush surface. Elsewhere, luxury abounds.
Player will see, his name. Here we have this indoor warm-up area, which is quite big. We've seen this beautiful design, and it took a long time for them to do it by hand. By pulling this and convert it to a bedroom. This is air conditioned and also has 34 shops like coffee shop, restaurant and ice cream shop. See, this design is made of 13,000 photos of all people who work in this project as a kind of thanking those people.
What about those workers? Lusail's the venue for the final. Its precincts are still a construction site, even if the stadium itself is 99% done. Qatar built 8 venues from scratch. Human rights groups allege exploitation of migrant workers and several thousand deaths. Qatar acknowledges only 3 work-related fatalities. You walk around here with a workers' welfare badge on. How high a priority is it in the general construction of all these facilities?
It takes on a bit of a sensational aspect in the media, and there are unscrupulous contractors wherever you go, anywhere in the world, unethical companies who will subject their employees to unsafe conditions. We try to make sure that we don't even engage with that caliber of company from the outset, so that we don't face problems once they're on our projects. We screen companies to make sure they've got the capabilities, they've got the ethics, they've got the means, financially and otherwise, to keep up this standard throughout this race. It's a marathon, and if you sign with the wrong people, then you'll find yourself in a very challenging situation. But if you sign with companies that have principles and ethics, you find that it's a cooperative relationship that allows you to keep up your standards throughout the execution of the project.
Lusail converts to a community hub after the tournament, a school, apartments, clinic and a hotel held within what's meant to look like a traditional woven bowl. At Ras Abu Aboud, a playful and radical approach to legacy. Shipping containers, 974 of them, to tally Qatar's dialing code, are purposed as viewing boxes, cafes, offices and toilets. After the tournament, they'll traverse the globe.
It was found that the containers can serve this purpose due to its heavy-duty nature that can support any weights, and as well as long durability of the container. So the choice was picked as to use the containers as the functional areas and the operational areas within the stadium.
Qatar's FIFA selection remains controversial. Was cash key? Is this sports washing? Could FIFA claim progressive values while holding its showpiece somewhere same-sex relationships remain a crime. Formula One argues engagement and influence beat isolationism. Lewis Hamilton carried the Progressive Pride emblem at last weekend's Grand Prix. Such flags will be permitted at the World Cup, with all fans, regardless of race, religion or sexual orientation, welcome, according to organisers.
Formula One has come, and they also think maybe shining a light on places if people have a concern is also a good thing. Do you share that view?
I think you are spot on. That's exactly what this all is about. And the World Cup in football as a force to unite people, to break down barriers. We know that in all parts of the world, in many parts of the world, there are things that work well and things that don't work well. Also here, we work on them, but we have to work together.
Qatar and the World Cup is perhaps an unlikely marriage. Is it for better or for worse? For richer or for poorer? Answering that may take decades, but the clock is now ticking. Craig Slater, Sky Sports, Doha.